Alright, welcome to this part of this video. In this part of video, I will be showing you how the text to speech you are adding to your video, how you can make it align together with the pictures you are displaying on the video. Are you getting me? So the audio, I will just be calling that text to speech audio now. The audio you are adding, how you can make it to align with the visual picture you are trying to use to communicate to the audience. Now, for instance, first of all, you must have your text in place. I already have my text in place that I'm going to make use of. These are the text I'm going to convert to speech, so replacing the voiceover. Now the first text, I will copy it, and I will come to the first slide. I've already pasted it here as a text, so I will add it to the audio. I already done that. Okay, so I can add it to this place. That's the text already. Then I will click on save as mp3, and then I will cancel it. So I can play
One, you could still be rich even if you weren't born with a silver spoon.
Alright, so that actually makes sense. And there are some times, okay, that's clear. Let's go to the second slide now. Let's go to the second slide, and we can pick our text from here. Getting rich starts with the right attitude. So maybe just copy, then come to this place, we add audio, text to speech. So for your own case, there may be nothing there before already. There may be nothing there, so you paste what you just copied. After pasting it, you can save as mp3. You get that? So after saving it, you click on exit rather. So now we already know the words. Okay, the add audio, you can play it.
Getting rich starts with the right attitude. Many of us tend to multiply excuses for why we can't be prosperous rather than look for ways to accumulate.
So this way to play it, you already see it there. You play it here by clicking on this particular play button. Alright, so that's how it is being done. So but we are here to add any image to this particular slide that will actually give a visual form to the audio we added. So for us to do that, we come here, so we select so we scroll to the side. The first point said many of us try to make excuses, so you look for any picture around there that actually depicts making excuses. So that actually depicts making excuses. So for instance, we can choose this one as making excuses. Are you getting it? So but look for as much as possible one that best illustrates it. I think I have some here that illustrate making excuses. Okay, making excuses. So okay, let's look at this one. This one actually some extent talks about making excuses. So after picking that, so talking about making excuses, you can add text, maybe excuses, so that you portray making excuses. Now, so many of us try to make excuses instead of looking for ways to accumulate wealth. That's what the text says, that's what the audio says. So you look for a picture that actually portrays accumulating wealth. You move here and you look for a place where it talks about accumulating wealth. So maybe under this place, accumulating wealth, there are pictures. So we can see one here. You can see one here. This one talks about accumulating wealth. So let's pick it. All right, so we see that. Now let's play it.
Getting rich starts with the right attitude. Many of us tend to multiply excuses for why we can't be prosperous rather than look for ways to accumulate wealth. What is...
You see that? So instead of looking for ways to accumulate worth. If you notice, the text to speech is here to complete before the slide begins to fade out. So you can make the slide to stay longer, maybe by, okay, let's say by, for instance, let's click on this image now, and we can pause it. After this image is completely drawn, we can pause it, give it a value, maybe ensure that it stays for 5 seconds longer or 10 seconds longer. Now let's click on mark. Now let's
Getting rich starts with the right attitude. Many of us tend to multiply excuses for why we can't be prosperous rather than look for ways to accumulate wealth. What is
You see that I didn't go immediately.
Getting rich starts with the right attitude. Many of us tend to multiply excuses for why we can't be prosperous rather than look for ways to accumulate wealth. What is more, some people still believe that money is cursed and has the potential to corrupt a human soul.
You see that the test continued longer than the initial one. So the test also says, what is more, some people believe that money is cursed and has the potential to cause corrupt human soul. Now we will look for a picture that actually demonstrates that too. So for instance, go here, so you can choose any of these. Many people still believe that money is cursed. Now let's look for a place that actually demonstrates it. Okay, let's take this picture for instance. So, and you can, this one we portray it. Let's look for another thing to add to it. Let's look for another thing to add to it. Let's look for another thing to add to it. Okay. So maybe, okay, let's look for, we can search, look for areas, maybe a shape. Okay, let's look for a shape. We want to portray something. I think I've passed the aspect of shape. Okay. Okay. Let's take this. We can flip this image so that it aligns with the picture, and for us to do that, we come here to flip it here. Can you see that? So that's where you're going to flip it. So let's click on it. So to actually portray that, the people believe that, some people believe that money is still evil, that money is cursed, and you can add the text and say money is cursed, or let's say money is evil. So just bring it here. So you can reduce the size of the text by clicking here. You can change the color by clicking here, then select. You can align the text towards the center. That's the essence of those things I've taught you earlier. So can you see that? So let's click on play and see how it goes.
Getting rich starts with the right attitude. Many of us tend to multiply excuses for why we can't be prosperous rather than look for ways to accumulate wealth. What is more, some people still believe that money is cursed and has the potential to...
Notice that. Okay, notice that there's a delay in the appearing of this picture. Let me play it.
Getting rich starts with the right attitude. Many of us tend to multiply excuses for why we can't be prosperous rather than look for ways to accumulate wealth. What is more, some people still believe that money is cursed and has the potential to corrupt a human soul.
You see, I decided to pause this video because you notice that this aspect of the lady and money is evil actually delayed in coming in to align with what the audio is saying. So what is the cause? What's the reason behind that? It is because we have delayed this picture for too long. So we can actually change it here. We can change it here at this particular point. So we have paused it for 10 seconds. Instead of pausing for 10 seconds, we may reduce the pausing to 0 seconds. So let's quickly do that now. Let's click on it, then let's say 0, then okay. Then we are done with that. So now let's
Getting rich starts with the right attitude. Many of us tend to multiply excuses for why we can't be prosperous rather than look for ways to accumulate wealth. What is more, some people still believe that money is cursed and has the potential to corrupt a human soul.
So you see that there's also a delay. We at least it's better now, but there's also a delay in the coming up of this money is evil of a thing. So and the delay happens at this particular um, point on this one I clicked on. So for us to ensure that it aligns, we can even the time taken to draw this particular image, we can reduce it. Initially it was 3 seconds, we can reduce it like maybe like 1 second. Okay, so we have reduced it. Let's put the image back into that shape.
Getting rich starts with the right attitude. Many of us tend to multiply excuses for why we can't be prosperous rather than look for ways to accumulate wealth. What is more, some people still believe that money is cursed and has the potential to corrupt a human soul.
You see that? So I think it makes better sense now.